In this week's video, I want to share with you the 5 positive reasons as to why I love photography so much. Why, when the weekend comes round, I swap the keyboard for the camera. Right, let's dive straight into proceedings. I've left my car parked up. I'd much rather walk down the pothole-infested road. But the first point I want to raise, the first positive reason as to why I love photography so much, is the mental well-being aspect. Don't get me wrong, I love working from home from a day job. There's no stress commuting on the roads of a morning, no waiting on a platform for a delayed or cancelled train. I can just get up each day, walk downstairs, load up the laptop, and I'm ready to go. But life is stressful, and it's important, I find, to get out into nature whenever I can. But the trouble is, I do an 8 till 4 job every single day, and that means I don't get outside much. Whereas the introduction of photography meant I can come out on the weekends when we get to the summer, when the days get longer. I can get out in the morning, I can get out in the evening. And it's just brilliant being out in nature. I don't know what it is. I mean, even still when I go out, sometimes my anxieties can be off the radar. I can be driving to a location, I can think to myself, Neil, should you be doing this cost of living crisis? Should you really be wasting fuel? Should you be wasting money going out with the camera with no real end goal? And sometimes I think about turning around and heading home. But for some reason, when I get out to the location and I get the camera out, something just clicks in my head. And when I start hitting that shutter button, all those anxieties, all those concerns, they really do just disappear. And more often than not, if I don't have a smile on my face by the time I'm heading home thinking that was a great shoot, I love being out, I had a great time, I reckon I got some great images. Even if I didn't get some great images, it was a brilliant time anyway. I'll be very surprised if that's not what I'm thinking the majority of the time. The second reason, the second positive reason as to why photography has become such a big part of my life. And it's simple really. When you come outside, you learn a greater appreciation of the places around you. I said it in my very first video, it's something that is etched on my brain. I would love to be able to go to Cornwall more often. I'd love to go up to the Scottish Highlands. I'd love to have all these magnificent places on my doorstep. I don't. Simple as that. That is the simple fact. So instead, if I want to go out and if I want to go and do photography, the simple fact is, for the most part, I've got to find somewhere local. I've got to find somewhere that's an hour, 2 hours away from where I live. And in the couple of years that I've been doing photography, I cannot lie, the amount of places that I never knew existed, but I've learnt to appreciate ever since. There's so many, I cannot stress. Couldn't put a number on it. And the funny thing is, there's still so more that I've not been to yet. Take here, for example, where I've come today. Just come out to this nature reserve. I'm just going for a walk along this kind of bank, along this little mini ridge. Don't know where it'll lead. But that little hamlet in the background, I've been out there so many times. Been on that stretch of the coastline so many times. But this little nature reserve on its doorstep, never touched it before. Never been out here, never gone to see, okay, is there maybe a composition? Is there something worth shooting? Something worth finding? And I'm just looking around at the moment, just seeing if there's anything off in the distance. This might be a total waste of time, but at the same time, I might find another little hidden gem that's made it all the worthwhile walking out here and back. That's the thing, you learn a greater sense of appreciation of the countryside around you. And yeah, there's some magnificent places in England, but as I said so many times, I've stressed so many times on this channel in these videos, if you get out and explore, there's a world just waiting on your doorstep, and you're not going to find it if you keep on sitting at home going, oh, I wish I could go here, I wish I could go there. Just go and see what you can find really close by. So as I mentioned a minute ago, I've wandered over here. I can't visit this area without visiting one of my all-time favourite compositions, this blue boat. And it brings me on to the third point, which is there are no rules. I love that there's no rules with photography. Well, there kind of are. There's the rule of thirds and whatnot with composition, but rules are there to be broken. In terms of what you shoot, when you shoot, it's completely up to you. If you want to go to one scene, one subject every single day for an entire year, then you do that. That is the great thing. No one can really judge you for what you shoot. This blue boat here, I must have captured it now about 3 or 4 different times whenever I've been in this particular area. Today, I could shoot it a different way to what I've previously captured. If I wanted to shoot it in black and white, I can do so. If I want to shoot in square crop, I can do so. I've shot previously as a long exposure, I can do that today if I want. Or I can really drag out the shutter, really highlight how angry the sea is today with the waves crashing on the beach. Completely up to me as to how I shoot a subject. If people don't like it, people don't like a picture that I take, then that's up to them. If I like it, and if you like what you shoot, that is the main point. The biggest critic, the only critic, is ever going to be yourself. Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit confusing, because when I record videos like this, i.e. 5 things and whatnot, I start to forget what number I'm up to, especially when I do things out of order. I think I'm up to number 4. 4 or 5. One of the more enjoyable, positive reasons as to why I love photography are the special moments that you come across. All the different scenes that you can see, what you can shoot. It's a little bit different to the last shot that you captured. Last shot was all about the blue boat. Just walking across the beach here. It's No Mo May, I think it's called at the moment. So all the wildflowers are allowed to grow for nature, for the bees, so we're able to get the pollen, which creates these lovely wild scenes here in front of us. Since getting into photography, noticed there's some real special moments. I mentioned it in a video a couple of weeks ago when I was out talking about solitude, about how it's great getting out on my own and the special moments you see when you go out, especially during golden hour. Since getting into photography, there have been some real magic moments that I've been able to witness. Sometimes you don't even need to have the camera in front of you. You can just stand back, just enjoy what you're witnessing, and you can just go, wow, that is an amazing sight. Shows how amazing this planet is that we live on, really. And this scene kind of just encapsulates that with kind of the colour that we've got in the foreground, with the pinks of the flowers, with the darker pinks of the flowers. Got a bit of mess in the background with the bench. And then we've got the sea in the background. Bit of a different, little bit different in terms of what is a special moment. It's still just great being out and about and just getting to witness all of this beauty, really. Okay, so this is my 5th. I know this is my 5th reason for why I love photography. I'm going to make it my last. And it's probably the best reason for being an amateur photographer, really, because you see there's no pressure, absolutely no pressure on getting out with the camera. I can go months without getting a portfolio-worthy shot if I don't want to, or if I'm not able to. If I want to take a break from the camera, I can do. I'm not financially dependent on photography, so it doesn't matter if I take a step away from the hobby, and that's all photography is for me at the moment. It's just a hobby. One day I've got aspirations of being a professional photographer, maybe. It would be great if it became my career, but for now I'm really just happy it's staying a hobby, and it is a really good one at that. So there you have it, 5 reasons as to why I love photography. We're all different, we all have our reasons for being out with the camera. And when I jumped onto YouTube back in 2021 to learn everything I could about this hobby, to be honest, I never could have imagined how much I'd enjoy this, let alone the impact it's had on my life ever since. And on that note, I think I'm going to take my leave and end this video here. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments below what it is about photography that you love so much. I always make sure that I reply to each and every comment. Of course, if you really enjoyed the video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It does help me out so much here on YouTube, but it's completely up to you. For now though, you take care. It's bye from me, and I'll see you on the next one.